What is going on, my dudes? Tystra here, back again with another Genshin Impact video. If you guys like the content, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and as always, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about today's video. Now, today, we're going to be discussing the Archon quest for Genshin Impact version 2.7, and why, honestly, I think this is one of the better, and I mean it, better Archon quests, really, that's come out lately. And the reason being is that, honestly, this whole storyline was fantastic. You start out and you basically find, or you go into the chasm and you find Itto and Shinobu. And what's really funny about it is that when you find them, they're trying to find Yanfei, basically. And you find Yanfei, you know, after you kind of push them away or push Shinobu and Itto the other way. And you find out that she's looking for what's called the Fantastic Compass. And the Fantastic Compass is some sort of artifact that somebody in their will basically left behind, or was something that they wanted to look for. And Yanfei, being a lawyer, wants to fulfill this will. Now, as you go deeper into the storyline, obviously you find Yelan, which is, you know, the whole point of 2.7. We get, you know, the sexiest woman in Genshin Impact, outside of Ganyu, of course. Love you, Ganyu. But we get to find Yelan, and Yelan is actually down there searching for some information about her long-lost ancestors. And it's really funny because it's so many different tie-ins, because we also find Zhao. And Zhao, you don't find out until a little bit later, but he's actually searching for the final Yaksha, because it's his duty as the last Yaksha to find out what happened to all the previous Yakshas. And he's found what happened to 3 of them, but the last one, which is, you know, a dire friend, of course, is the only one he hasn't been able to figure out. Now, it's hard to explain. As you continue onward, you find out that deeper inside the chasm where the crystal fell, that Yelan shot to kind of kill the Ruin Snake, you find out that it's some sort of mystical energy that is causing it to kind of feed off of your soul, in a sense. It's basically showing you memories that bring a lot of, like, you know, heartache and sadness. And, you know, as you go through, you find out a lot more stuff when it comes to the characters. Like, obviously, Itto's afraid of beans, but he has an interaction in this little dream sequence when they find a door that not only is he afraid of beans, but he also was afraid of being treated horribly by, you know, humans, because he is an Oni. Shinobu goes in, and you find out that she had a conversation with her parents, and she was afraid of, or not really afraid, but she did not want to become a shrine maiden instead of, you know, a lawyer in practice, because she actually studied under the tutelage of Yanfei, which is a really cool tie-in. I really, really like it. By the way, Itto and Shinobu are visiting Liyue because Shinobu wasn't able to come and get her certificate when she was over in Inazuma, and so she's finally able to get her graduation certificate for when she graduated as a lawyer. So, basically what ends up happening is that you're going through all these different sequences and stuff, and you're finding out all this stuff, while also, you know, kind of like the side plot is, you know, more of, you know, the traveler wanting to find out more about her brother, which obviously in this one, and kind of the whole thing about it, is that you're never going to find your brother at this point. It seems like a staple for Archon quest for the most part, but I digress. You know, we knew that was going to be the case. We weren't going to find anything else about her family or, you know, anything like that. But what's really funny is that in the chasm was a battle between the beasts and Conria, which we get that tie-in with Conria as we continue onward. We're finding out more and more information, but we find out that the last Yaksha's name was Bosacius, which is, you know, for this whole thing, Bosacius was kind of like the, you know, elder who was the captain, like, keeping everybody, you know, going, but he actually succumbed to insanity and forgot who he was. And there was this great battle at the chasm where he actually fought alongside everybody. But Zhao even states that he doesn't know if it's for sure Bosacius, because that particular Yaksha would always announce his name in a prideful manner. So it was really odd for him to say that it could have been Bosacius. But as it turns out later on in the story, we do find out that it was Bosacius. And not only that, Bosacius was actually close friends with Yelan's long-lost ancestor. Now, this tie-in, obviously, because we had to tie in Yelan somehow, some way, but as you go further, when you find this stuff out, you also find an area with the Fantastic Compass, which is where the Perilous Trial event actually kind of ties in with the whole story, which is really cool. Like, I dug that little bit of tie-in to the event. It actually makes the event more intriguing, in my opinion, to tie in the actual story of the Archon quest to it. So, long story short, or at least long part of this story short, you guys go through all these Fantastic Compass adventures. You're trying to find information as you go through, and then of course, you know, you get to the end where you guys are trying to get out of there after you get the Fantastic Compass, and the only way to get out is with an Adepti and a human combine their powers, which was the whole point of the seal of the chasm anyway from getting out. You need the same type of seal with an Adepti and obviously a human to work together to get out, which ties in Zhao and Yelan. And they're like, okay, well, we have to, it's basically my ancestor and your long lost friend. We need to work together to get out of here. So they start going and all these souls start attacking. And this is one of the most badass scenes. And not only that, but it's a self-sacrifice by Zhao in this sense to kind of get everybody out of there. But before this all happened, before everything happened, Zhao actually asked for permission from Zhongli to go and investigate. Yes, that's right, Zhongli, Mr. Rex Lapis himself. Well, as Zhao sacrifices himself and we think all is lost and he's about to die and everyone else is escaping the chasm except for him, Zhongli basically comes in and saves him. You don't see him like directly until like a little bit after the scene where he's outside of the chasm and looking onward. But he uses his powers to save Zhao and get everybody out of the chasm. And honestly, I did truly think that Zhao was going to die here for a moment. Because I was like, wow, they're actually going to go in deep and kill the last of the Yakshas. And we're never going to see Zhao again. But thanks to Zhongli, big dog Zhong boy, he saved Zhao and everybody got out safely. And then, of course, you have a little bit of ending scene where you talk to everybody. Yanfei, Shinobu, and Ito go out to Liyue to go and, you know, be together and have fun. Yelan goes to take care of a few things. And then, of course, you go with Zhao to honor Bosacius at another shrine. And you get another cutscene of the Yakshas. And honestly, this cutscene hit hard because I want to see these other Yakshas and honestly play as them. They look really, really cool. One of them looks like Zhongli as well. But I really liked it because these Yakshas look so badass during the scene, but also you see how, you know, they all died except for Zhao. And it was very unfortunate, and it's a tearjerker because Zhao had to basically find out how they all died and knows exactly how they died. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for Zhao. Zhao is a very troubled and tortured soul. So, honestly, for a ranking on this, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I loved this Archon quest. I thought it was one of the best ones that they've done. And again, it made me invested into Zhao. It made me more invested into Yanfei, Shinobu, Ito, and of course, Yelan. Like, when you can invest me in these characters and get me to understand like everything going on for the most part, I can't say it's a bad one at all. This is definitely better from the 2.6 Archon quest with Ayato, because honestly, I thought that the Ayato one was one of the worst ones personally. But this one had such great tie-ins. The character development was great. How they involved every character was perfect to me. And I can't give it anything less than a 9 out of 10. It's definitely one of the better ones for sure. Now, if you guys agree with me, please let me know in the comments below. Did I miss something during this explanation of the Archon quest? Please let me know. I definitely want to make sure that all key elements are continued for, you know, these videos. Once again, guys, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to entertain you. We will be back again tomorrow or Thursday. Well, yeah, tomorrow or Thursday to bring you another video, of course. We're going to be talking about Yelan's story quests. And, of course, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this. But once again, this is Tystra Setsu signing off. Thank you guys so much. Take care and be safe. Ciao.